slow times for me. Just not much to do. I mainly go down and run on the treadmill every day, trying to lose a little weight. Like to go ice fishing here at the pole. The elves returned months ago from the Summer Olympics in London. Some of their cousins are gymnasts. They're already asking for time off to go to the 2016 Olympics in Rio. Hey, the reindeer, they're pooping all over the barnyard, and the elves aren't helping with the cleanup. And Mrs. Santa, she wants to go to some fancy resort. Wants to live it up, she says. This time of year just drives me nuts. So I wrote a book. Always wanted to write a book. Thought I'd call it Diary of a Mall Santa. It's a collection of short stories about my encounters with children and a few adults who still believe. Why, some of the stories are comical. Some of the stories are tender and heartwarming. Some are a bit R-rated, but not due to me. Some of my visitors contributed to the bad ratings. Now, several years ago, some wayward elf wrote a book about the visitors who came to see me. He had no compassion for children, so I fired him on the spot. But he wrote the stupid book anyway. Hurt my reputation. But this book is my book. All the stories are true. You'll learn what happens behind the scenes. You'll read stories that parents don't often hear about. Now, my job, or at least part of it, is to encourage children, make them feel good about themselves. Because if they feel good about themselves, they'll grow up to have good values and pass those values on to their own children. Now, you should know that I love children, absolutely love them. So don't be asking me to scold your child or tell him he's bad, because that's not my style. Hey, but back to my book. You really ought to read it. My friends at Amazon are selling it. Just do a search for Diary of a Mall Santa and my book will pop right up. I'd like it to be a bestseller, but only you can make that happen. Now, frankly, I think you'll learn a lot from this book about why we celebrate Christmas. And you'll get an insight into Santa Claus, what makes me tick, and why I love this job so much. After all, I've been doing it for 1,700 years. Now, you've got to admit, I've done a lot for you over the years, and maybe it's time to return the favor. I want to become a best-selling author, and I think the book is pretty good. Now, I'm not trying to replace Hemingway or John Grisham, but neither of those two boys could have written this book. I'd like to suggest that you send this video on to your friends and buy the book yourself. You might just find something special waiting under the tree for you this Christmas. I'm just saying. Diary of a Mall Santa, Amazon.com. Merry Christmas.